Vlog 95. The evening has fallen. I'm listening to music while having thoughts about things in general. Tomorrow, Thursday the 11th of June, is my birthday. I won't do anything though, because of the coronavirus. To celebrate it a bit, I will put a new promotion online. My ebooks for free for the next 2 days, the 11th and the 12th of June. My latest book is on a discount, and even until the Saturday the 13th of June. I will get some stewed eel tomorrow, a local treat. I wrote some material in the last couple of days, more within myself, philosophical thoughts mostly. Here it goes, with a funny start. There is a beetle called after the Beatles, the band. Funny, discovered in the Vondelpark in Amsterdam. Okay, here it goes. I'm in my comfort zone. I'm feeling better lately, no tensions in my life, or at least way less. Trying to get back on track again. When losing yourself in a turmoil, you will be grateful for the small little feelings that make life worthwhile. Feeling bad all the time has its toll. What is your inner core when being lost in madness of the mind, projecting these thoughts on everything? Every step you make, getting more lost in reality senses. How do you learn about your own feelings and thoughts, within yourself, but also projecting these thoughts and feelings on the outside world? What is the end? Small or big steps? Also, God. Who are you and where are you living in? The mind can go deep. There is always a road out of there. That can take ages to discover, but you will get there eventually. Some of these steps need multiple lives to understand. Funny, isn't it? On the good side, of course. Eventually, only love will rule. The darkest side will be lit in light eventually. They can last like an eternity, though. Try to focus on multiple lives. You will shed light on new visions. You can move out of yourself and see it with another view, being in the love of God eventually. It is something naturally, eventually, forgetting that what it was like. You will return to the afterlife again, and then you will remember for sure. Turn these visions off on earth. New ones will pop up eventually. New visions, new societies, new books, interacting forevermore. You can't get lost anymore. You will lose. Your inner core will ignite itself again, and you will start all over again. The thoughts inside your mind get recognition from universal love and make new roads possible. In a way, it is the same as being in a turmoil. You project that as reality, time after time again. Drifting off in my self-made boxes, I give energy to certain thoughts and feelings. They connect with each other. From there on, I drift off in thoughts, hopping from box to box, cutting itself off from reality sense. How deep are you? Are you projecting these nonsense things as a reality? Time or without time? What was the last thought? Multiplying to its other steps and starting all over again. It is strange. Lost in feelings. Also, what is the outcome when dwelling in these weird thoughts as boxes as on, for instance, the calendar? With knowledge of Earth about many things. Is it necessary? Is it reality? What are you looking for when going to the afterlife? Are you still lost in your daily routines? Daily thoughts? Short-term or long-term? Interacting with people? Interacting with society and or religion? It is possible to get lost within these things. Who are you as a man or woman? Who are you within many lives? Your soul, new persons. Who are you? Different personalities. What makes you you? In the end, everything is the same. Your soul in universal love, growing higher in realities of reincarnation, jumping from one stone to another, higher and higher inside God. Sometimes you need to let go of life, of your thoughts and feelings, taking a step back to see what is in front of you. A new perception makes life worthwhile. Letting go to the past, letting go of things you did, trying to start all over in a new vision. You can change every time. Also with other lives in front of you, the things you encounter come back again. This time you're ready for it. If you are already, just say no. Pass the exams of your inner feelings, projecting on the highest spheres of light in the afterlife. No one can take that from you ever again. Universal love is the highest there is. You're unique, different and the same. Moving forward faster after you have learned about it, growing in the spheres of light and letting go of the darker spheres forevermore. Another piece. I'm moving through myself, focusing on my own inner feelings and thoughts. I'm in the center, and because of that I can't get lost in turmoil. Sometimes you're drawn to that. What happens if you're stuck inside the madness? How to get back on track again? Is everything separated or as one? You move in feelings through yourself, sometimes lost and scared. I'm still lost sometimes. When are you in the center? Sometimes you're on the sidetrack and project that in everything. Ought to notice. I'm in a great flow at the moment. Sometimes everything goes so fast. Eternity in fake designs. How to live your life, from box to box, declining the steps of sanity, lost in the feelings behind the calendar, behind your ego, and alive as a person, who you are in your core. The center of being in a turmoil is different than the center of universal love. Thoughts pop up without the turmoil and being sucked up like a tornado, losing the game and are lost. Eternity in feelings of being scared, and eternity in a storm, though you can let go eventually. Being confident in the good feelings behind the grave. None are being sucked up in an eternity. Hearing the clock tick and you are lost within every second. You need to let go of the clock, letting go of the labyrinth, projecting it on everything. Different gradation, but as a whole in the end. Who are you from the inside? When are you sane or insane? Just forgetting about how the mind works without our universe. There are many gradations. Fantasy. How many steps did you take? Also, believing in the afterlife. What if you get lost within meanings that aren't entirely true? You focus on these things and add them into your life. The way you perceive reality. Are you sensitive? That isn't in a way a bad feeling. Feelings are universal. You should dive deeper into these pools of the universe. Great feelings and colors everywhere to be seen. Small steps all the time. Suddenly making big leaps. Mostly in the feelings behind the curtain. New visions, frames and love. The material world is temporarily. You do need it, of course. Sometimes taking some distance isn't a bad thing. Then being consumed by it again. Also in different gradations. Interacting with God in all possibilities. You start to visualize the world and the unseen worlds. In the past you had that with the turmoil. One-on-one interacting with the psychotic mind, multiplying itself time after time again, scared, an eternity in anxiety. Eventually you start to see that the worlds are the same every time again, until you let go, feeling the spheres of light in the afterlife, moving in between them, from being delusional until the afterlife. You can never lose again, trying to learn God via different lives, getting connected with the realms of the afterlife more easily, moving in between lives as well. It is getting normal eventually to think and feel about it, interlocking on beautiful things to come. The same happened in the past with terrible feelings in depths of your soul. Eventually you can't go lower, and there the changes appear, mentally, but also in feelings of love that you are regenerating yourself again, climbing out of the sea, feeling confident in each step you take. The turmoil disappear, not lost anymore, connecting with universal love in the afterlife. You will grow higher and higher and feel these energies flowing through your lives actually. A better feeling and a goal. You're on a journey. You don't need to get lost anymore. You're never alone. There are many people whom you can't see, interacting with you on a daily basis. You only don't notice. You can change your perception about everything. Universal love is always the outcome with everything. Don't do bad things. That's all I can say. The afterlife will flow through your lives eventually, in feelings of love for eternity. Fantasy within the rooms in front of you. The way you see and perceive reality, lost in time, projecting them on the outside and inside. It can be really dreadful all the time. In time you will learn to see the difference. That can take a long time. You need to let go of these frames you are interacting with all the time. A copy of yourself, only lost and burned out. An empty feeling arises. That can be tough. Again, interacting with fake designs from the fantasy worlds. Flowing through these worlds of madness, lost in time. Sometimes you do need a calendar for daily routines, and for on the long term, you need to learn yourself all over again, in feelings moving through time, things you don't learn in school or from work. You can let go of the greater feelings of universal love, boxes within boxes, letting go eventually. I'm still not there yet, but I do get better insights of what I have encountered, trying to focus on the bigger picture of God and the afterlife. You can't get lost in books of the past. There are new books, also from Joseph Roelof. I can highly recommend these books, which you have to read in order of appearance. I was lost big time. Gradations of insanity. How deep can you go? Universes colliding. There is always a way out. Another mindset. A higher vibration in the love of God in the afterlife. Divided but as a whole. You're at last in eternity inside a well. All the steps on the chessboard are full, multiplying themselves inside eternity, locked up inside a labyrinth while the clock is ticking. What will happen next? You need to let You need to let universal love inside you with a sane mind, adjusting again. In feelings you will survive, but not in the mind with frames. You need to let them go. New frames, a new understanding. It is really beautiful for each and every one of us. Then going to the afterlife, where you have been many times before. Only forget about it. It is a beautiful place. Learning about the afterlife and the spheres of light. Also going with your twin soul to other planets. We're moving from the afterlife to the earth for a while now. Many people moved on to other planets already. It makes you think. You can be lost without knowing about it, focusing on new future lives. Learning about the past lives you had. You can move on. All of your illnesses lay inside. Connected with other lives you had. Energy. Don't get lost again. Looking ahead for these beautiful outcomes. Life will get better with every day. We will all get a huge boost in spiritual knowledge that will change our lives forever. There will be many changes. Tuesday, 9th of June, 2020. I had some thoughts about becoming more known with my art, books and vlogs. When one will go up, the rest can follow. They go hand in hand. Maybe even some luck with the cryptocurrencies I bought. Will they do something in the future? I do hope so. Also growing within myself big time. Letting go of eternity of turmoil. Trying to let universal love back in my life. Still difficulties with my thought within myself. Wednesday, 10th of June, 2020. I was outside, letting the dog out. The weather was really beautiful today. Small breeze and a nice sun shining. Was deep within myself. Trying to let go the thought about subjects I'm thinking about. Was trying to feel one with the nature. That is reality. Okay, it's already 12 minutes nearly. I would say have a really great week, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.